Hey everybody, I am excited to get the 24-25 school year underway. Can't wait to get in front of you all again and work together here at Lincoln Lutheran. So I'm excited for the school year. There's a lot of great things happening right now, a lot of momentum. I want to quickly outline a short opportunity for growth for us prior to the start of the school year. And this is going to incorporate the survey results from the 23-24 school year for all of your activities. Timing is everything, I get that. I wish I could have had some of this done earlier, but it is what it is. A lot of you know me by now well enough to know that I'm a big believer in lifelong learning, having the ability as a leader to adapt, to grow, to learn, and to incorporate this as a leader in my household, a leader in my profession, a leader as a coach. And so this project is going to give us the ability, hopefully, to identify some things that we can grow and improve on in our program as we kick off the 24-25 school year. I've been busy collecting those results for the spring. I'll have all those done here in the next couple of days and put together to share with you. So let me take you through the process a little bit. So the first thing that I'd like you to do is in this email with this video link, I'm going to attach a scanned copy of this. Some of you have read it already. This is a short leadership axiom or proverb from the book Axiom by Bill Hybels. I'd like you to read this scanned version. And the title of the article is the proverb is Find the Critic's Kernel of Truth. In this, you'll learn that, and you'll see that even as far off the wall or as ridiculous as it may seem, or even as much as we disagree with it, whenever we get criticized, there's probably just at least a little bit of truth in some of that criticism. Honestly, sometimes it's somebody doesn't like the way we operate, or maybe our body language with them, or how we've treated them in the past. And somewhere in that criticism, there's probably a little bit of truth that we can grow and learn from. So I'd like you to read that article first, again, attached in this email. Then I'm going to ask all of you to pray and reflect over it for the next few days into next week. And think about maybe how that article can help you as a leader and help your assistant coaches as you lead them as well. Next week, I will share with you individually each of the survey results for your individual sport. I understand some of you are new head coaches, so I get that part of it. If I'm you and your lens, I'm looking at this as how can I improve my program, generally speaking, from where it was last year to this year. If I'm a returning head coach, I'm looking at my individual leadership, my assistant coach's leadership, etc. Anyway, I'm going to share those survey results with you. Before you dive into the criticism of it, there's an important piece that, quite honestly, I had to make a second version of this video because I want to make sure you do this first. Make sure you celebrate all the good things that people have said in those survey results. The good far outweighs the criticism. I'll tell you that right now. There's way more positive things than negative things. And I want you to know that I see it, I feel it, I see it every day when I'm watching you guys coach. But I want you and your staff to also celebrate those things first. And I want you to zero in on those things, celebrate them, and build off of that, because that's great positive momentum. So that's first. Make sure you celebrate and really relish in what you did well last school year. After that, in looking at those survey results, I'm asking each head coach to locate, and you can utilize your assistant coaches as well, locate at least 2 themes or patterns in those survey results. So what are some things that maybe are patterned or themes in some of the responses that we can now look at as an opportunity to grow as individual leaders, you grow as the leader of the program, and really to grow your program. I've never looked at them as weaknesses. I've always called things strengths and opportunities for improvement. And this is what I want you to zero in on, is what are 2 opportunities to improve on, or more. After you've done that, I'm going to let those things simmer for you for a little bit and let you guys and your staffs reflect on those as well. And then I will circle back to you. It'll probably be more early August, right before we kick off the school year. I'll be asking you to provide me, hey, what are the 2 themes or more patterns that you guys located? And then also, what is your action plan to improve on and improve in those areas? So again, this is a opportunity for growth, a great way for us to grow our programs. One quick story before I let you go. As a young head coach, I didn't understand. I didn't have this in front of me. It wasn't until years later when I'd seen this article and I did my own growing. But like a lot of young head coaches, I thought I knew a lot, and I thought I did things in my eyes perfectly in some cases, when obviously I didn't, because I'm a sinner and I fall short every day. Where I'm going with this story is this. One of the most intense parent meetings I ever had to have as a head basketball coach was with a mom who literally told me that when I die and I'm standing in front of God at the gates of heaven, I'm going to have to explain to God why I made the decisions I did with regards to her son's playing time. She literally told me this in a Christian school, and it was very critical, and I did take it hard. I'd coached this young man and his younger brother, and his younger brother had received more playing time that previous season. As a young head coach at the time, I did not fully understand, again, this leadership proverb. I didn't understand how somebody could say that to me. It's in the grand scheme of things, it's a sport and an activity, as much as we think they're important. But I didn't understand how somebody could judge me and tell me that I'm going to be judged based on how I coached her son. Now, 15 plus years later, as I think back to that intense conversation and the hard feelings that had occurred that day, I understand, that was completely off the wall. I'm not going to have to answer to God about the playing time that I allotted to this mother's son. But I do understand now, looking back and thinking through how maybe I handled this young man as an athlete in my program. Even though that criticism came off completely off the wall, completely unhinged, out of touch, there was a little bit of truth in some of the things and why she said what she said. And there's probably different ways I could have led this young man to buy into my program, to buy into his role, for me to lead him differently, and for me to adapt better and as a leader. So I share that short story with you because, again, even some of the things you're going to read in these survey responses, you're like, geez, I don't really agree with that, or I don't know about that. There's probably some instances or times in the past where we could have led better. And that's what we're trying to draw out of ourselves to make us better persons, better leaders. So that's this in a nutshell. I hope you're all having a great summer. I can't wait to see you all again. And as always, don't hesitate to reach out to me if you got questions.